Yo, yo, what is happening, world? B Marsh Boxing, I'm back at it with another boxing video. It's another aftermath video, man. B Marsh Boxing, man. All I've been hearing is I ain't gonna hold y'all though, man. I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all, man. All Sunday, this is what I did. I listened to the press conference. I mean, after the press conference or after the fight between with Bud Crawford receiving the Lineal and Ring magazine strap, and I listened to Errol Spence press conference. You know what I mean? Um, I listened to the basically reactions of people who were in the arena. You know what I mean? Who watched it live, whether it was Roy Jones, Wilder, Brown, any and everybody who was out there. And then what I try to do is go listen to people's post-fight reviews. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. That's all I did on Sunday. You know what I mean? I took it easy. I had a long night. I don't know if y'all heard me tell you I came in the house at like 4 in the morning, and I woke up at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. I had some obligations to do early, and when I handled that, I had to listen to what the boxing world is talking about. This was one of the biggest fights we've had in the last 23 years, really and truly. You know what I mean? Of course, Mayweather Pacquiao, very much anticipated $100 pay-per-view. I mean, a fight that sold like 6 million, if I ain't mistaken. Was it 4 million? Something crazy, right? But now, as far as competitive edge, where there's a lot of people it was basically a 50-50 fight. It was it was split right down the middle, whom people thought would win this fight. But at the end of the day, I've been hearing also a lot of excuses. A lot of excuses for the man Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Errol Spence really and truly he's a basic straight up and down fighter with no special effects. That's just the truth about it. Don't be mad that I said that. I said that in my post fight. I'm sorry, in my breakdown and prediction. He's a basic fighter. He has a basic fundamentals. But me personally, I didn't think that was gonna be enough to get it done. You know what I mean? The worst excuse I'm hearing is that the guy Spence didn't look the same, or he didn't look right. I mean, this the same shit I heard when Deontay Wilder, and that was the biggest Wilder versus Fury, and that was one of the big. Not one of, that was the biggest excuses made fight I've ever seen in my life. You know, in my life. I mean, in '97, some people tried to make excuses for Mike biting them fellas. If Holyfield say that Holyfield was headbutting and all that, especially from the first fight, but this is worse, man. They said he ain't look right. They said them fellas looked like he had the spaghetti legs coming into the ring, just making excuses even before the bell rang. But all you gotta do is go listen to people's previous videos before they post-fight review or the aftermath, and how confident they were, which is fine, dogs. Yo, you can support anybody. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a prediction wrong, yeah, I mean. But the pompous attitude that has been displayed by a lot of these Errol Spence channels, you know what I mean, on this YouTube shit, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. It disgusted me, man. And that's why B Marsh Boxing, man, I went in on these cowards for my post-fight review. I told y'all, man, F that. I'm not going to even talk about no boxing tonight. That night was just a straight up and down vindication. A lot of people now coming and retracting and acting like they knew Bud was that dude the whole time. They had Bud pound for pound #1, but they thought Errol Spence was going to beat him. Don't make sense. Because they never said that they thought Bud Crawford was pound for pound #1 prior to the. I'm trying not to cuss, y'all. I think I did enough cussing for 2023 on my breakdown. I'm sorry, my post-fight review, you heard? I'm trying not to swear, man, but they wasn't keeping the same energy for years on their previous videos. You check it, and it's real disappointing. I wish they would have kept the same energy after the fight and still called them fellas Bud Crawford a bum, and them fellas. They thought Errol Spence's resume was really gonna do anything. They thought it was gonna put their hands up, put their dukes up on some John L. Sullivan stuff. See, I ain't cuss, right? They thought that Errol Spence's resume was going to put himself on some John Allen Sullivan stuff, put your dukes up, twist your mustache into the bicycle handles mustache, and come and fight and beat Bud Crawford. They thought that was going to be just that easy, because some YouTube factions out here they have a problem with the man Bud Crawford not wanting to do interviews with them. Man, I wouldn't do no interviews with these dusty, crusty, musty mofos either, y'all. Real talk, man. How you gonna do? Look at these. Come on, dogs. First of all, man, I would never, me personally, man. If I was a boxer, I was invited to come on somebody's YouTube channel to do an interview, I'd have to go and peruse and and um and comb through most of the person's videos to see what they really about. You know what I mean? Is they in this for the boxing because of the love of the sport, or are they in this for monetization to get a little YouTube check? You know what I mean? Errol Spencer's a straight up and down fighter, no basic effect, no special effects, straight up basic. You know what I mean? The first couple of rounds, them fellas, Bud Crawford was really just analyzing and collecting data. And before you know it, this man, Errol Spence, man, he fought like a man. You see that jab he was trying to throw to them fellas, Bud Crawford's pit of his stomach to his abdomen. Who does that? Wilder, him and Wilder do. These fellas is really bending into a whole 180 position to go and shoot that jab to the stomach. That's why them fellas got clocked with that 1-2. A 2-1, actually. It was a 2-1. Them fellas threw the left hand. They didn't throw it with mad conviction, but that right hand, right behind it, it put that man Spence on the back seat of his pockets. You know what I mean? Never been on the canvas. I never seen him on the canvas as a pro. And that was just that, man. And never forget, man. Them fellas, Errol Spence, man, the way he be having his stance and then shooting that jab to the pit of the stomach with that wide stance, man, it's just a recipe for disaster. And really and truly, man, don't nobody better come here on this YouTube channel and tell me I gotta stop talking down on Errol Spence and make him look good so it could look like Bud Crawford beat somebody who was a good fighter and great. I don't have to do that, man. You seen what happened on July 29th? I don't have to do that, man. I've been known Bud is that dude, dogs. Yeah, I've been known he's that dude, man. I've been championing my man Bud Crawford on this YouTube channel for a long time. Now, do I make 1,000,001? It's not. This is not a YouTube. This is not a Bud Crawford safe haven. This YouTube channel is not a safe haven for no boxing fanboy club. You know what I mean? I love Bud Crawford, his skill set, and that's what I thought for years. I've never wavered. I've always thought he'd gonna beat this man Spence, and I'm trying to tell y'all, man, Spence, this guy's whole blueprint or on how to succeed in this boxing game was it was ASS backwards. I mean, they whole their whole strategy was to age this man Bud Crawford out, y'all. They tried to age him out, but it backfired because this dude Errol Spence was the one who ended up being out the ring for over 12 months since April of 2022. He came into this fight. Them fellas ain't been in the ring for over 12 months. What you thought? Them fellas was just gonna come out there and style on the illest dude out of Nebraska? Are you mad? Are you serious? Yo, Bud Crawford ain't the dude to be trifled with, y'all. You seen what he did to Hank Lundy for talking about his Bud Crawford's woman's weight? You seen what he did to fellas like D'Ori Jean? Yeah, I mean, and some of y'all was the one talking about his resume and him fighting these guys. You Errol Spence fanboys, man. Y'all thought Errol Spence's resume was going to do anything. You thought he was going be put. Y'all thought that Errol Spence's resume was going to put Bud Crawford in the dirt. You see, these are the type of things Errol Spence was saying. He's going to put him in the dirt. Boy, please, man. Them fellas, Bud Crawford put you in a second car accident, man. I bet you wish you relived, you went back to that first car accident after that beating you took on July 29th. It was something similar. By the fourth round, Slim Face was leaking. You know what I mean? After that, Spence was trying to be aggressive after he got dropped. But Bud was came in this joint posed, cool, calm, and collected. You know, Midwest fighter got brought to the ring by a Midwest legend in Eminem. You know, and it was only right. I told y'all, man, only the livest dude in boxing to come out of Dallas, Texas, was a Lone Star Cobra, a real undisputed welterweight. Yeah, go look at what he did to the man Milton McCory. You know what I mean? A real undisputed welterweight champion, the Lone Star Cobra out of Dallas, Texas, Donald Curry. Very good fighter, very good fighter. You know what I mean? You know, but like I said, man, Spence tried to be aggressive, played in all night to the man Bud Crawford's game plan, And Bud Crawford sat there each and every time in the corner and he listened to Bomac's instructions, and Bomac instructed him basically. The dude's being aggressive, he's giving you openings, and that's what I'd seen from when I saw the Porter. Really and truly, all I needed to see to gauge who's going to win this fight, in my opinion, was not in my opinion, what I saw with my eyes was Spence versus Porter and Bud versus Porter, and how easily Bud handled himself on the inside versus Spence. I'm sorry, Sean Porter, that's all I needed to know. You know what I mean? Bomac gave great instructions. This other dude, Derek James, he gave horrible instructions, terrible instructions. Telling him put the pressure on and just keep coming forward. And boy, please, them fellas had nothing on his punches, and that comes with. So let me put this, man. We're gonna put this to the end. Put this stuff about he wasn't the same. He didn't look the same coming into the ring. That's what happened, y'all, when you fighting a slick black boxer. You heard? You saw Josh. Didn't I say that in my breakdown and prediction? Bud Crawford need to treat Errol Spence in the same similar fashion Teofimo Lopez did to Josh Taylor. Yeah, I mean, he needs to style on him, African American style, with the slickness, looking for openings and be a mean counterpuncher. That's why Spence had his hands in his pockets. It's like a kid out there getting bullied by on the playground. Little elementary kids. The bully hits the little kid hard, but the kid is hitting him with a pity pad joint, just so he hoping that the next punch the bully throws at him will be as soft as the victim, the one who's being bullied by the bully. You know what I mean? That's exactly what happened with Josh Taylor and Errol Spence. He was scared to throw anything back of serious consequences because of everything that was coming back to him, man. Sharp, piercing punches. You seen that man's left eye? That was just with the jab. Did you see that jab? Did you see that jab, man? That jab looked like a Larry Holmes battering ram joint, man. That jab was hurting the man's Spence all night. That's what did it to him, dogs. It was that jab. Yeah, I mean, it was something serious, man. Round four, them fellas, Bud Crawford was landing big left hooks. Yeah, I mean, he had a nice big left hook, bang, and then a right uppercut, boom. Yeah, I'm saying left hook, straight right jabs, hurt the man Spence bad in round four. You thought round 3 and 2? It was round 4 was where the destruction began, with the blood leaking from the nose, mouth, and his nose, his mouth, and his left eye. Yeah, I'm saying. Um, Man, the doctor had to check on him. Remember, the doctor had to check on Errol Spence in the beginning of the 4th round. The crowd was booing like a MF because they didn't want to see, they didn't want to see any prolonging to the inevitable. Y'all thought Manny Pacquiao versus De La Hoya was bad. This was worse, man. You thought Wilder versus Tyson Fury 2 was bad. This is like similar. It's really similar. You know what I mean? This Bud Crawford's The punch variation, man, was something out of this world, man. You know what I'm saying? Round five, after the doctor just checking on Bud, this fella, man, Bud Crawford answered. He hit him with a 10 punch combination, unanswered. You know what I'm saying? Jabs to the head and stomach, catch and shoot. He's catching um Errol Spence shooting the jab or the left hand, Bud catching that joint, bang, boom, throwing back a right hand. Larry Holmes style, just boom, a battering ram. It was embarrassing, man. Straight up and down fighter got treated just like one, you know what I mean? Double lead left hands, then a right hand to the body. You seen these type of combinations, you know what I mean? Double lead left hand. This is now when he's in the southpaw stance, which he was all night. Didn't even go to the orthodox at all. He's in the southpaw position, throwing the double lead left hand. You know what I'm saying? Then a right to the body. Then a left uppercut. Then a left hook. A short left hook. And then a straight right jab. All on the inside. He destroyed this guy on the inside, man. Just like how Floyd Mayweather did the man Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton, that was his key to winning the fight. Even had them fellas Floyd, caught him with a kind of punch. Was it a right or left hook? And had, damn it, really and truly, the ropes held the man Floyd Mayweather up in the second round versus Ricky Hatton. That's all Floyd Mayweather needed to know. Readjusted, made his adjustments, and came back and beat the man Ricky Hatton on the inside at his own game. That's what Bud Crawford did too. He beat him in every fashion of the fight. He even had the man on the ropes. He had the man, what's his name, Errol Spence, back on the ropes. And, man, it was just a thing of beauty, man. A thing of beauty. Round seven, but like when, listen, Errol Spence did catch the man Bud Crawford with some punches, and it was mostly some left hooks. I told y'all, Errol Spence's right hook is horrible for a dude in the southpaw position. You know what I mean? It's not as good as his left hook from a southpaw position. Bud Crawford's right and left hook was percolating. You want to know why? What you think ended him in round nine? What you thought ended him? It was a big right and then left hook. Right hook and then a left hook. Boom. Had the man on Queer Street and with the spaghetti legs, you know what I mean? You know? I'm saying the double stiff jabs was a sting of beauty, man. But round seven, how the man Bud Crawford was just dropping this man like Raggedy Ann, you know what I mean? That counter punch he had when Spence was throwing a left hook, right? Which partially landed, but with no umph on it because he had been caught with a mean uppercut coming in. Bang! Right uppercut. And he was going down, and the man Bud Crawford punctuated with a right to the side of the ear to knock his equilibrium off, put him on his back seat of his pockets. And also in that the final knockdown in round seven, it was just like sit your nut ass down, man. Big right hook, like boom, right before the round ended. Them fellas, Errol Spence, it looked like Amir Khan versus. It looked like Amir Khan versus Daddy Garcia, y'all. You know, that's what it looked like. How he got put on his. Oh man. Bud Crawford displayed why there's levels to this, and there's nobody in the game of boxing who's been on his level. He's been my number one pound for pound fighter since Andre Ward retired with that second dub after beating Kovalev. Um, I've never wavered off of that. This is another something I'm hearing from Errol Spence apologists who are making more excuses for the man Errol Spence than Errol Spence did himself. Errol Spence made a couple excuses, but not like his fans. Uh, Damn, I lost train of thought. What was I going to say? Shoot, man, I forgot. Sometimes I be feeling like I need to really take down notes when I come and do these YouTube boxing videos. You know what I mean? Um, the they talking about he wasn't the same. Now they talking about the car accident, but they never talked about the car accident when he came back to beat Danny Garcia and what's his name? With Dennis Ugas, you know what I mean? And these Errol Spence fans, I was talking about it ever since 2022. The man's punch resistance, you know? When Ugas knocked his mouthpiece out of his mouth. I was just talking with some fellas at the basketball gym on Wednesday. We was hooping on Wednesday indoors. And the dude was really trying to argue with me that Spence wasn't hurt in that fight. Like, these guys are invincible. I was like, dogs, I've seen lesser men hurt the man, Errol Spence, and have him, just looking like on the queer spaghetti legs and with his arms all flared out, and there's mostly them hooks he got caught with. Oh, he got caught with a big punch, knocked his mouthpiece out, then another big right hand right behind it. The referee jumped in and stopped the action. Should have even gave the man Spence a 8 count, but he didn't. Them fellas was hurt, man. First thing I'm gonna ask him when I go to the gym on Wednesday, I'm gonna ask him, was Errol Spence hurt on Saturday? That's the first thing I'm gonna ask him, dogs, because this dude was really trying to tell me, man. And then the dude, like, nah, man, them fellas been hurt, man. It's boxing. Danny Garcia landed a big overhand right that stopped the man Spence in his tracks. Bud Crawford had this man backpedaling, y'all. Yo, aesthetically looking with the eyes, that's just not what it is. That's like how Canoli backed up the man Triple G. Triple G was on the back foot. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, man, B Marsh Boxing, I think I'm about to end this video, man. I think I'm probably going to do more videos on this. I'm only ending it right now because I got somebody calling me right now. I got to pick up the phone call because I got to make moves. But Errol Spence is a basic fighter, no special effects, you know what I mean? Them fellas, I've told y'all since 2016, the fight versus Kell Brook, Spence did not wash that guy. It was a good back and forth fight, you know what I'm saying? It was maybe 5-5, 6-4 going into the 11th when Spence stopped him. And I'm not saying because of that he's a bum. No, it's boxing. He's fighting live dudes, you know what I mean? You know? But when he could knock out Mikey Garcia, I was like, this dude right here, or even put him on the canvas. I was like, I don't know about this guy. Amongst many other things, which I could make a laundry list of reasons why I never believed in the man Errol Spence. You know what I mean? The man didn't even have the heart to give the man Keith Thurman an opportunity to whoop his tail. You know what I mean? Yes, Thurman ducked him. Right. Errol Spence vowed he ain't gonna fight him. But even when it got to the 25th hour, Errol Spence was even thinking about, not thinking, Keith Thurman said the contract was signed for him to fight Errol Spence. So that was showing the man really want to duck the man. He wants to duck the man, Bud Crawford again, and renege and go fight the man Keith Thurman, a guy whom he really should have fought. You know what I'm saying? He really should have fought. Look, Lomachenko ducked and he ducked Devin Haney for years. I even made videos when Devin Haney finally got himself a WBC strap. Should he give Lomachenko an opportunity? And sure enough, he did. He got that name on the resume, although the dude ducked him. Errol Spence, basic, straight up and down fighter, no special effects. And it was Judgment Day for him, man. For all the antics he pulled, And, hey, man, vindication for the man Bud Crawford, the illest dude out of Nebraska, B Marsh Boxing. Y'all gonna hear from me sooner than later. I'm out of here. One.